Going to be discussing Arman Tsarukyan versus Lance Palmer at a RAF '05. I don't know how many people actually watched that, but it's a pretty cool event. I'm really excited, man. Wrestling events, like they used to have like pro wrestling, right? But it was a completely different thing. But there's this freestyle wrestling on this scale, RAF 5, where they're actually putting the stars on, and I like the fact that they're actually bringing stars from like different so bringing stars from different sports, combat sports. Like they got UFC stars actually competing. They got PFL stars competing. They got freestyle wrestlers competing. The NCAA guys, man, amazing. And they actually brought Yoel Romero for that as well. And Yoel actually ended up competing Buchanan. Didn't turn out to be very well for Yoel. I think he just underestimated Buchanan. Buchanan was pretty big, massive. He was pretty fast as well, able to get to Yoel's legs multiple times. 10-0'd him. So we're just gonna be going through the card and just assessing like how good the card was, like how good it turned out to be. To be honest, I think Bo should have taken the fight. It was only like 7 pounds over, and if you're looking at the fans' reaction, Bo actually does not look good after that because every fan is like, he's like an NCAA champion, like multiple time NCAA champion. How could you not? How did you not have the confidence to take a fight against Yoel Romero, who's like 49 years old? And it got destroyed by Buchanan. So I think Bo should have taken it. To be honest, I think Bo should have taken it. He missed on an opportunity. But to be fair, just looking at the last fight of Yoramero when he dominated Pat Downing, it must have been a hard call for Bo because there was a lot of pressure on Bo. There was no way he could have lost that. There was no option to lose this fight. If he lost that fight, that would have been a bad look for his UFC career as well. And so maybe right call from Bo. I don't know. But yeah, overall the card was I think pretty solid. Some of the matches were close. Some of the matches were like really easy. Like Arman Regan made it look really easy. I don't think anybody expected him to win 10-0. I picked Arman to win because I thought he had a bit of a weight advantage. And I was like, Lance Palmer, all the very good wrestler, but I don't know if he's gonna have the same ability because he's a little bit past his prime. I don't know how active he's in the wrestling ring. I mean, fighting in the cage is a little bit different thing. You're setting up the takedowns in a different way. You're using your strikes to set up the takedown. People can defend the takedowns against the cage. In a freestyle wrestling arena, you don't have a wall. Everything is in the center. You have to shoot low for the doubles and for the singles. It's a little bit different. So, but yeah, Armin did great. Armin amazed us, and now everybody's kind of appreciating the fact that Armin's been the most active fighter right now. Like overall, this guy's been doing grappling competitions. He's been doing wrestling competitions, and he's fighting in the UFC as well. I mean, if UFC gives him the fight, I'm sure he's going to take it. So if anybody pulls out, I think it's going to be in USA until 24th of January. So if anybody pulls out like Patty and Gaethje, he's going to be the one unofficial backup for that fight. But yeah, with Bo, we're just unlucky. That's why we lost in like one of the fights. They couldn't even make Bo versus Pat Downey. I don't know for some reason. Okay, they made Buchanan versus Romero. What else was there? There's a couple of other fights. Um, yeah, what's his name, man? Kadik was fighting. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let me pull up the card actually. So RAF '05. They had a legend like Kyle Dake actually fighting on the card, which is amazing to see, to be honest, because there's a couple of guys who are like MMA fighters or like retired NCAA guys, but at the same time you have guys on their peak and fighting at that level. So okay, so we go to RAF results. Oh yes, Covington. We'll start from the main event actually. So we had Covington versus Luke Rockhold, right? Covington versus Luke Rockhold turned out to be very easy. To be honest, I thought Luke would have something for Covington. I knew Kobe was probably gonna shoot low sometimes. It was gonna be able to get the leg, but I was like, because Kobe's not the strongest guy, and Kobe is a lot of pressure guy, but he's not the strongest guy. And it's not Kobe's probably not even in his prime. Like Kobe has not been doing very well. We saw his fight against Buckley. He started shooting the takedowns very late in the fight. We saw against Leon Edwards. It's like I know he got injured, so that's he actually got injured. It sounds like an excuse, but it's an actual thing. and he couldn't take him down. But with Rockhold, I was like, okay, Kobe is a better wrestler. Definitely, is a better freestyle wrestler. But Rockhold, because he's so tall, so big, he's got a weight advantage to Colby Covington. He's probably stronger than Colby. He's going to be able to defend some of the takedowns. But it seems like Rockwell didn't have an answer. The only answer he had was doing a split. Like he was doing a full split when Colby was trying to take him down. That worked like a few times, but Colby found his way around. He would grab one of the legs, move around in the center, and then take Rockwell down. I mean, Rockwell just couldn't stop Colby from getting his leg. And Rockwell did not shoot. I don't think he shot like a. He's trying to shoot low on Colby. That didn't happen. Yeah, so just like Rocco said in the build up that it was going to be, he has a funky style and it might be something that Colby hasn't seen, and he thought he really was confident that he might be able to take Colby down. But I think Colby was just too much, man. It's freestyle wrestling is completely different. It's not the MMA wrestling. MMA wrestling, you can go against the cage, defend some of the takedowns of somebody who's going for the single leg. It just doesn't work in freestyle wrestling. Then we have Kyle Dake versus Magomed Khabib, Kadi Magomedov. That was actually one of the best fights. It was a 10-7. Kyle Dake was winning 6-0 in the first round. I don't know, man. It felt like Megamed just took Kyle Dake easy in the first round. It was like he was giving him the points. There wasn't much effort put in. Well, at one point, he actually shot the double, but he got a reverse by Kyle, and Kyle actually got 4 points off of that. I picked Kyle Dake to actually win this fight, but I wasn't aware that they actually had a match in 2021 Olympics, I think, when Kyle actually lost to Kadim. So yeah, so it was that was a good one. I mean, Kadhi made a good comeback in the third round. Like he was doing really well. He was getting some of the points, but it just wasn't good enough. I think he started pretty late. He started putting on the pace really late, which he should have done for the first round. It looked like the first round they're both trying to feel each other. Neither of them was like shooting a lot. But one thing you could see, right? Like when you're watching a fight of that magnitude, of that level, you can see like how well rounded both of those guys are, how quickly they shoot. Because you wouldn't find that in any other fight. Like look at Kobe versus Luke Rockhold. Kobe was the one shooting, and you could see the speed discrepancy, the way he was doing the shots. Um, Again, you have and other fights as well. Like some of the fights turned out to be like very one sided. But when you saw like Kyle Dake versus Kadim, it's different. It's different. Like the speed on those guys, the reactions, the way they're defending the takedowns, the way they're looking for the counters, the way going for the takedowns for themselves. It's just different. And then Kyle said he's going to be champion for a while, so he's going to be looking for a fight very soon. And then you have Arman Tsarukyan versus Lance Palmer, and that turned out to be very one sided. Arman wasn't the one shooting. Lance was the one shooting. Armand gets that like front body lock and sorry, the front headlock, and from there he like goes to different positions. It's like an art of armandry, you can I would say. Like some people have a specialty. Armand's specialty is um his headlocks. His front headlocks are very strong. Like anytime he gets a front headlock on anybody, it's really hard to escape that position. And from there, he can roll in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He would try to get the back. And I mean, you've seen that many, many times, even in grappling when Arman is doing it. Once this gets the front headlock, it's different. It's very difficult to get out of it. And he's got ways to actually set up that front headlock. I mean, his neckties are pretty strong. And from there, he actually pushes you down and he gets a front hand lock. So that was kind of easy. He called out Michael Chandler after the fight. He was like, Michael Chandler in the UFC is not going to be a matchup for me. That's not even close. And Arman doesn't get anything out of it. Chandler's not even top 10. But in RAF, that might be a good matchup because Chandler's got a strong NCAA background. So he's like, he might be able to beat me there. But yeah, let's see. Then you have Steven Buchanan versus Gio Romero. I mean, I don't know if there was like a way different. Buchanan looked really big. I mean, he was pretty young, 25 years old. He also won the last NCAA, so he's a current NCAA champion. And people expected a lot from Romero, but he's 49 years old, man. Go easy in Romero. So Buchanan kind of like tech folded him, which kind of made it look easy. Then you had Valencia versus Zahid Valencia versus Nate Jackson. Zahid Valencia is the world champion of 2025. Nate Jackson, he's won like he's fighting at like an NCAA level, right? But there was like obviously there was like a skill discrepancy, but I think Nate did really well. He had a size advantage, probably had a bit of strength advantage as well. Zahid was shooting really well, but Nate started defending the takedowns. He was getting the yeah, he was sprawling very hard. And I think in the third round he defended every single thing. And so he got one takedown in the first and one in the second, I believe. So they were 4-0 close match. And then you had Austin DeSanto versus Nathan Tomasello. Austin won him out. That was not even close. Austin, beautiful performance by Austin. He was getting his back and then rolling 11-1. And then you have Bo Bassett versus Cade, and I did not watch that one. So I did not watch that one. So there's three matches that I didn't actually watch. I didn't watch Mustafa Alders versus Steve Mocco, and then I also did not watch Lugo versus Johnny D. Julius. I watched the first one. I watched it, Giorgio Palas versus Muggsy. It was 11-1, man. Giorgio just Palas just made it look very easy. He made it look very easy actually. And it was the same sort of technique like trips that he got from like he got sort of like 50-50, and from there he's getting like an outside sort of trip, and it's just beautiful to watch. And I think he got that like three times in the same match, and that's what he's been doing when he's paying like £1,000 for the takedown when he's outside doing it with different people. And I like that Pulos is actually doing it now and like a higher level now. Like previously, he would just challenge anybody to take him down, and there would be size discrepancy. To be honest, he was always taking like a big risk. You don't even know how much the guy's training. He would have some of the people would have black belts in jiu-jitsu. Some of the people would have some sort of other combat sports background. Some of the people are just strong. Just hit gym. But like recently, I think also because he wants to prepare for his NCAA this RAF wrestling match. He was doing it with the wrestling guys who's been wrestling for like 10 years, 11 years. And he was having good matches with them, but he was beating them all, to be honest, every match that I saw. And yeah, man, just amazing performance by Polas. He's young as well, so I see a bright future over here. And Bo just won the interim title, so Bo didn't have to. He didn't have to compete, but he won the interim title. After that, he was calling out Kobe Covington, but Kobe didn't want to take the fight. He was like, just like he says, line of junior, you got fights to win. Kobe's looking at GSP. He called out GSP right after the fight, and I think Kobe is the guy that's going to sell them a lot of tickets. So I think it's good for Rap because he's the only one doing the trash talking. Kobe versus GSP would actually be a good match. I'll be interested in this. GSP is a great athlete, and although he did not do the freestyle wrestling in MMA, he was able to take down everybody in the center of the cage, even the NCAA wrestlers. So I want to see how difficult GSP can be if he puts his mind up to it. Um, does GSP get anything out of it? I'm not really sure about it. I mean, does his stock actually go down? Probably not, because he's not fighting. He hasn't fought for a long time. He was an MMA. He was an MMA guy, and losing a wrestling match would probably not do any bad for his legacy. If he wins, if he ends up winning the match, I think he gets more out of it. But at the same time, does he want to do it? You know, and does he want to go through the press conferences where Kobe's probably going to talk a lot of trash? So I don't really know if that's the best move. For Kyle Dake, I mean, he should probably fight like one of the MMA guys, I guess, next. Kyle Dake is one of those guys, to be honest. He can take anyone because he's still in his prime. But I think just to build up the MMA stars, just to build up the interest, maybe if there's like a high level MMA wrestler guy, they can challenge Kyle Dake. I think that would be a good one. And then for Arman Tsarukyan, I mean, Michael Chandler would be a good matchup, but I don't know if Chandler is down for it now because he's preparing for McGregor fight. He doesn't want to risk getting injured. So I don't know about that. But yeah, that's what's been going on. And for Giorgio Pulis, I want to see him against like one of the MMA guys as well because I think MMA guys are really good. It's me, T, number one YouTuber. Thank you, man. Yes, appreciate that. Did you watch the card last night? The wrestling card. But yeah, for the RAF card, man, I want to see Arman Tsarukyan being active. I know he's gonna stay in USA for like the next whole months because just waiting for the card. So there was like a wrestling card. So basically, like MMA's got promotions, boxing has got promotions of some level. Wrestling never had like a proper promotion. So this time they're doing like in a pro promotion, which is like they have RAF 5 where they have like high level freestyle wrestlers, but also they're putting like MMA guys who have some sort of wrestling experience just to have some sort of star power. And some of the MMA guys were going against some of the wrestling guys, and we had some very unexpected results. There was Arman Tsarukyan is one of like the best MMA lightweight. He's the best MMA lightweight right now. He went against like a guy who was like a four-time NCAA All American. So that's like very high level in wrestling. But Arman actually beat him. Arman actually beat him, and he beat him 10-0. So everybody was kind of surprised. They were like, oh, that's pretty impressive. But I think this is the thing with the guys from Russia or like Armenia, right? They might not have even done wrestling officially as like competing in wrestling, but because they're used a lot of wrestling in their MMA matches, they prepare a lot. So their grappling is already on that level. So I mean, I personally was not that surprised. I was like, impressive performance, but at the same time, we knew Arman Tsarukyan could actually do that. But overall, it was a good card, man. Overall, very good card. Yeah, a couple of guys were doing a lot of trash talking. I mean, Kobe Covington, he beat Luke Rockhold, and he called out GSP right after that. GSP is the best, one of the greatest fighter in the UFC history. Mm. So that was it from the RAF card. I mean, we've gone through every single fight. I think with some of the guys like Giorgio Pulis, because he's got a name, I think they could put him against an MMA fighter just to sell the fight a lot. I'm sure he could do a bit of trash talk as well. And maybe he could put up in the press conference, he could put up like $1,000 challenges. Like, if you take me down, every time you take me down, I give you $1,000. But if you're not able to take me down, then you pay me $1,000. They could do something like that with Giorgio Pulis. Uh, but like that's enough for wrestling. What's the next card that is coming? There's another RAF card on 28th of February. Let me check that out. Oh yeah, Henry Cejudo is fighting Uriah Faber. Actually, I saw Bo Bassett calling out Henry Cejudo. I think that would be a good one. I did not see Bo Bassett actually performing last night, but apparently he is pretty good. So that would be a good matchup because Henry Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist. All right, so we got Clay Guida fighting on the card, but he does not have an opponent yet. It'll be fun to find out who is fighting. Henry Cejudo versus Uriah Faber. I mean, Faber is a wrestler. Faber has wrestled in high school, but it's a completely different level, man. I don't know how far Faber actually went in wrestling, but Henry Cejudo is a different animal. Is he the same guy? Probably not. He doesn't even train wrestling as much as he used to, but I think he's still going to be good enough to beat Uriah Faber. Bryce Meredith versus Muhammad Mukayev. I want to see that, man. Muhammad Mukayev competing on that level, it'd be awesome. Bryce Meredith is a three-time NCAA Division One. Okay, that's a good matchup, by the way. Muhammad Mukayev is taking on a big challenge. He's going against a guy who's like a three-time All-American, Division One All-American, and the 2018 Big 12 Conference champion at the University of Wyoming. And he competes at the bantamweight champion division. Muhammad Mukayev was competing in the flyweight division, so it's probably like a bit of weight discrepancy as well. I mean, interesting. That would be interesting. And who would I pick in this one? I'll probably go with Muhammad Mukayev because I haven't seen Bryce actually competing, but apparently he is pretty good. All right, we'll find out. So yeah, I mean, RAF is putting on some excited events. I think all they need is star power, which they have like a few stars now, but they want to pull up. They want to pull more stars into the organization to sell the fight. So we know Kobe has been doing a great job. They got Eric Bischoff at the moment. I was completely blown away by seeing Eric Bischoff. I was like, yo, he's involved in the business. I think that's a positive point because this guy knows how to sell. I mean, a lot of experience from WCW, a bit of experience from WWE and AEW as well. So yeah, Eric Bischoff is going to be a good guy. What else have we got? I mean, I'm looking at like the martial arts events, the near events in the future. What else have we got? So we got RAF coming up. We got UFC, but UFC's far, man. UFC's 20, it's like 23rd of January or something. What else do we have? Let me see. Did you guys see? Did you guys see Arman Tsarukyan grappling with MMA Guru? It was amazing. It was nice to watch, to be honest. Like, I like MMA Guru. I like some of his content. Like, his videos are funny. He's one of the most funniest YouTuber when it comes to like MMA MMA world, I think he goes a bit harsh on the Dagestanis. I think that's where his like all of his analysis are kind of like very, very sort of like biased. Like he completely hates Dagestanis. He's gonna dislike everything that they do. He doesn't like the ground control and everything like that. But other than that, like the humor that he actually puts in is quite funny. But Arman Tsarukyan completely destroyed him. MMA Guru, I give him respect for trying. He tried to take him down, but he was falling down, man. He didn't have much balance. It didn't look like he has ever trained wrestling. It just doesn't look like it. But yeah, good try by MMA Guru. Mm. I'm probably gonna get off the stream, but I'm gonna start the streaming again very soon. All right, guys, have a good one.